Hey all, this is George. This is Muscle Fitness. There seems to be something a little technical not right. I'm going to just check on my phone to make sure this is streaming. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. We're going to be doing muscle fitness, and we're going to be using both tubes and weights. So if you have only one kind of thing, just tubes or bands, just work with that. If you've got weights, I'll show you what we'll do with weights. And I can show you counterpart exercises, alternative exercise if you only have one thing. All right, so if you do have tubes, you want to have also something you can anchor the tube with. And what I've done is taken this nasty old tie. It's really not nasty, it's just unattractive. I think it's clean. And I tied a knot in it. And so what would happen is I put the knot side over a door and the loop side on my side of the door, so I could stick my tubes through it like that. And by using that loop, I create a non-friction surface for the tube so that it doesn't degrade the tube. And I could put more than one tube in there at a time as well. So you put the knot side over a door, or maybe inside a door, whatever works. Close the door, obviously. And then it makes a nice little anchor so that you could do things other than using your own body as an anchor, because it gives you a lot more options. It just increases exponentially the things you can do. All right, so have that stuff in your body if you've got it. I've got a weight, I've got a mat, you don't need a mat. We're gonna warm up and go. You ready? Try this. So take a deep breath up, just inhale. Exhale, and again, deep breath. Exhale, 2 more times, deep breath. Exhale, 1 more. Exhale, and tap your toes, just tap side to side. The reason I was wondering if we were having a technical issue is when Lucas just finished streaming, it didn't look like it finished, but I guess it did. Just tap and tap. I want you to just add a little punch to the front. And what we're going to do today, I wouldn't call it a HIIT class, but it might start to feel like that after a while. We're going to do 2 upper body exercises, 1 lower body exercise, and 1 core, each one lasting a minute with very little rest. It's that very little rest part that's going to make it feel like an interval class. Reach overhead. Reach in front. Just some light aerobics to warm ourselves up. 4, 3, 2, reach overhead again. In front, overhead. Put a little bend in the knees here. To the front, overhead with that bend in the knees. Now sideways. Overhead with the bend. And sideways. Just give me some bicep curls. Now you're going to step, touch in and out. Hope you had a great weekend. It was such great weather. Hope you got outside. Heels to your rear. Just warming up your legs a little bit more. 4 more. 4, 3, and then bring the knees up front. Give me a chest press with that. Be real tall. 4, 3, take the arms overhead for a press up. Last 8. 4, 3. Now press downwards. Open the leg a little bit more. 4, 3. Bring the heels to the rear again, and now row the arms. 4, 3. Easy swing with the arms. Tap your toes side to side. I want you to roll your shoulders back. I want to open up that shoulder a little bit more. Now the elbow rolls. Make it a backstroke. And now back to just biceps. All right, you should feel warm enough to begin some strength work. All right, let's warm up the low back and then we're set to go. So just some cats and cows. Just rolling the tailbone under and pushing it back out. Roll it under and right back out. How about 2 more of those? And roll it all the way up. All right. So here's your first exercise. Again, each exercise will be a minute long. And we're going to move real quickly. So I'm going to give you the first 2. We're going to either do, with weights, a hip hinge row. You've done that with me many times, all right? That'll be for 1 minute. If you have a tubes, I want you to have them on a high anchor, and we're going to do some pull downs. And those will look like this. All right, so you choose which one you want to do. All right, you ready? Go. 1 minute. Now this isn't very hard. I'm going to make it a little bit harder on myself. I'm going to go bam. A pulse movement. So I'm always in that pull motion. I never let it relax. When it gets to be too hard, then I can let it go. Release it. At 30 more seconds. Your next exercise is going to be some squats. Either with the weights or not. 15 more seconds. So I'm driving the shoulders down, keeping it out of my neck. All right. If you want to use weights for your squats, go ahead and grab them. I do. You ready? Here we go. Down and up. Down and as low as you feel comfortable going. The stance is totally what feels comfortable as well. You like a narrower stance or wide one, go for it. And this too will be for a minute. So your third exercise are going to be some push-ups. They can be them on the floor, or you can do them on the table, on the side of the bed, on the desk, with your hands there, not your feet, obviously. About 15 more seconds. More like 20 seconds. I want this muscle fitness class to feel like it's a calorie burning class. 10 more seconds. Last rep. All right, get set for your push-ups, either on the floor or something higher for 1 minute. Hands wide. Here we go. Be a nice long body. Chest over the hands. Hands a little wider than the chest though. 30 more seconds. Your fourth exercise will be a core exercise. We're just going to do, starting off with some simple crunches. So 2 upper body, 1 lower body, and 1 core. 10 more seconds. Last rep. All right, on the ground for some sit-ups. Nothing fancy here. Hands laced behind your neck, elbows out, chin always off your chest, up and down. Again, 1 minute worth. Exhale when you're up. Our second round of exercise is also the same. 2 upper body, 1 lower body, 1 core. We're going to do some pull downs again. Or you can do rows again if you've got the weights. And again, exhale. Anytime you need to take a break, get some water or something, go for it. Halfway there. 30 more seconds. Try to get your shoulder blades off the ground. Keep a space between your chin and your chest. Exhale on your way up. About 1 more rep will do it. All right, get set for your back exercise. Again, either rows with weights or pull downs. I'm going to add a little bit more work by adding a second tube. Again, these last a minute long. Ready? Here we go. If you're doing this one with me, you're nice and tall. Pull. Chest up. You can see I'm leaning back just a little bit. Sort of like I'm in that reclining airplane seat. You can imagine being in an airplane these days. Sorry, Delta. No offense. That extra tube, I can now feel that extra work. So I've set my tubes up already, different anchor points along this column. You can sort of see it in the mirror. About 10 more seconds. Then we're going to do some reverse lunges. For 1 minute, and you can do it with the weights if you wish. All right, that was your minute of the back exercise. If you want to use weights, you can. So it's a constant movement. Then the other leg. So we're always switching legs. And if you have a knee issue and that doesn't like to do this, you can try stationary lunge. And if that still doesn't feel right to you, just do a squat. Back and down, up and together. Back and down, up and together. That was 30 seconds. Keep going. Our chest exercise is 1 more set of push-ups, just to let you know. And it's time for that. Again, do it on the floor, on the edge of the desk, a table, a bed, whatever's not going to move underneath you. 1 minute long. I'm going to challenge myself on this one by lifting one leg up for 30 seconds and then the other one up. You ready? Go. Woo! So you're putting your weight on 3 points rather than 4. Now I'm going to switch legs. You can do the same thing if your hands are on the desk or on the bed or on the table. One more. All right. Come on up. So if you're doing with weights, your next exercise are some flies. So it's a lighter weight exercise. If you're doing it with tubes, we're going to do a row. And again, I'm going to use 2 anchors. So I'm going to get into like a 25% squat. I'm going to hold it and row. Here we go. So I'm rowing with the tubes, or you're flying with the weights. Excellent. You want to, no matter which exercise, it's all about the muscles around the shoulder blades. You want those shoulder blades to say hi to each other behind your back. That's 30 seconds. So you really want them to squeeze towards each other. Keep going. If you're doing that hip hinge, you know what to do. Nice long body, chin away from your chest. 2 more reps ought to do it. Our next exercise is going to be a forward lunge. Weights or no weights. Same thing, alternating the legs. We go forward and back, then the other leg. Forward and back. Forward and back. There you go. I feel like when I use weights in this one, I have less control. I like my arms to help me somewhat with this. More seconds. Our next chest exercise, if you have weights, are going to be flies. If you don't have weights, you only have tubes, you're going to have to do another set of push-ups. Because the only way to get a good exercise with the tubes is if you've got that anchor. All right? So, if you've got weights, you're going to get on your back. If you have tubes and you have an anchor, your fly looks like this. Not all the way in and out. You have to step far enough away that you get a good resistance. All right, so you can either do it this way, back to the anchor, your back to the anchor, or with your weights, and I'll do this time with the weights. Here we go, going out. Nice and slow. This is either heavy or medium weight exercise. Out. And then this is where people want to rush. I want you to keep it slow. If you only have light weights and you need to make it more challenging, don't bring it all the way in. Stop right there. Shorten your range of motion into the work zone. So just right to there. Right? So out and up. That's 30 seconds. Or if you don't want to do either of these, remember you can just always do push-ups. And you can do those on your knees. Or you can just go shallow. So not as deep. 10 more seconds. One more rep. Let's do it together. All right. core exercise last time. We're gonna have to do 2 of them. Sorry, my fault, I was so eager to get back up. We're gonna do roll-ups for 1 minute. You're gonna roll up, stretch over that beach ball, roll down, fingers on your forehead. All right, 1 minute. So we're gonna do two core exercises here. Since I forgot, my fault. Why do others have to pay for my mistakes? Well, you know, that's what happens in life. We pay for everyone else's mistakes. And I won't get too specific, but I think you know what I mean. Ooh, I can feel that. Trying to roll it out. Can we do one more after we finish this one? Here's your last one. And just finish it. So this core exercise is going to be a bridge. Just up and down 1 minute. So up, squeeze the glutes, and then you're just going to bring it right back down. Simple exercise. Up, squeeze your glute right there. On the way, before you start the raise, I want you to push your feet hard into the ground. Simple. Up and down. And again, up. You thought doing 2 core exercises back to back was going to be a horrible thing. I know you did. Up. Two more should do it. And down. 1 more. And down. All right. You're back on your feet. Another back exercise. So for those with weights, you're doing another set of flies. All right. For those with tubes, we are doing flies this time. And our fly looks like this. So there's an advantage to having tubes. I don't need gravity, which I need with weights. I can put that tube anywhere and work at my targeted muscle. Same thing, 1 minute. You ready? Here we go. Press out. Try to keep it out of the shoulders. And again. Out. Again, I want those shoulder blades to say hi to each other in the back, behind me. And again. So think of the shoulder blades being the engine in this exercise. They're what's driving the arms back instead of your arms. It's going to feel a little easier when you do that. So if you can tell your brain to get those muscles in there, those muscles in the back to do the work, you probably won't feel as tired. And it'll keep it out of the neck. About 2 more should do it. Our next leg exercise is going to be a side lunge. All right. So you're going to go sideways. Make sure you have room to do this, side to side, starting now. So side, together, and then the other way. Side, together. So when I do this, I want to keep my upper body high. I really want to bend into the butt and push this knee towards the ground. The inside of this knee, I want to push towards the ground. And again, inside of this knee. I'm going to push it downwards. Whoa, get low. So I don't want to stick my butt that way. I want to keep my butt and everything in line. And again. Keep going. A couple more should do it. 1 more each way. Here we go. All right. Your core exercise chest exercise is going to either be another push-up or another set of flies, or I'll give you a third option, some pullovers. This is also a medium to heavyweight exercise. A pullover like this. You've done this one with me before. And the weights only go right back to there, starting now. So back, they go way back there like I'm reaching. And the elbows, they stay just a little bent, but I don't want to bend them back and forth like I'm doing a tricep. That's going to be later. So this is the last of your chest exercises. You can do this pullover, you could do these flies, you could do a push-up. So you have lots of options there. Now you should start to feel this in the abdominals. Your abdominals should be working to keep your back from arching off the ground any more than it naturally does. So you'll feel this stretch in the abs right now as the weights go back there. And I'm tightening it against that. One more rep should do it. Similarly, we're going to do a plank. And this plank, you can hold, it's a low plank, meaning it's on your elbows. And you can hold it like this, or you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop one knee down, raise it up, then the other knee, come back. And that's how I'm going to start it. Knee, knee, one knee at a time moves. My shoulders are right over my elbows, and that reduces any kind of stress on my shoulders. The knee doesn't rest there, it just taps. That's 30 seconds. So we're not resting. If you need to take a break anytime, go for it. One more on each side. All right, sit back if you need to. Come on, back up. We're going to do one more fly. Again, you can do dumbbells. I'm going to use my tube. I'm going to get into kind of a split stance. Pull for 1 minute. Pull. Don't worry, we're done with the chest. You don't have to do any more push-ups until we get to the triceps. Again, lead with the shoulder blades. It's like they want to fold to each other. Fold into each other. It's like you're opening a book and you keep opening it and you keep opening it till the hard part of the book meets each other behind the spine. Same idea. About 20 seconds to go. Your next leg exercise are going to be some curtsy lunges. And again, if curtsies aren't your thing and your knee doesn't like it, choose something else. Here's your last one. Oh, thank gosh. All right. So curtsies just merely go sideways like this. I don't want to turn my whole body. I want to more or less keep my hips forward as much as I can. So curtsy. Oops. Move up. So starting right now. So you can see the hips going to turn a little bit, but I don't want to turn anything else. I'm trying to keep my shoulders facing you. Your next upper body exercise, remember 2 uppers, 1 lower, and then 1 core. It's going to be an overhead press. So if you've got weights, you're going to use weights for that. I'll show you how you can do it with the tube though. 15 more seconds. One more going the other way. And done. So if you have tubes, you could come down on it with it under your knee like this, overhead press. I think if you step on it, it's not going to be possible unless you have a very easy tube. All right, if you want to use weights, choose which weight you want. Overhead press, I would still suggest that split stance, or if you're using that tube, remember it's under that knee. You ready? 30 seconds. Up. Up. And I could do this on my feet with weights. I just went down there to show you what to do with the tube. At the halfway mark, I'll go back to using the tube just to make sure you have it. That's the halfway mark. Keep going. So if you're using that tube, about 15 more seconds. Shoulders should be burning. Two more reps ought to do it. And then we're going to the ground for another core exercise. And there you go. All right. So, this is an oblique exercise. You're going to be lying on your side. It's a side plank where you're going up and down for 30 seconds on one side, 30 on the other. Let's say this shoulder doesn't like this at all. Here's your option. Just to do a side lift like this. All right? So right now I'm working this oblique when I do this, but when I do a side plank, I'm working this oblique. Just so we're clear, but you're gonna flip at 30 seconds. You ready? Here we go. Up and down. Up and down. Up. See, I've got my legs crisscrossed. Top leg is in front. So I can really focus on this oblique. And it just gives me better support on the shoulder. Up and down. Up and down. Up. One more to go, and then we're going to quick switch. You ready? Switch. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up, down. 10 more seconds. And there you go. All right, going back to our upper body exercise. 2 of them, remember. This one's going to be lateral raises. Again, if you've got a tube, doing it with your tube might be a little hard to get it up there. So you'll be on your knee to do it. Or if you've got weights, this is probably a lighter weight exercise. You ready? So up, down, up, down, up. And you can do that split stance if that feels more comfortable to you. Then we're going to do a one-legged squat on the same leg for 1 minute. So you better remember which leg. Come back. 30 seconds. So I've got a slight lean into it. I'm gonna switch out my legs now. That's halfway. Not totally way back here. This keeps me from arching my low back. 2 more reps ought to do it. And there you go. So one-legged squat, if you need to hold on to something, feel free. 4 counts down, 4 counts up, starting now. Down, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. So down, 2, 3, 4, up. So we're not going to switch in the middle. We're going to stay the whole minute on this one leg. Go to the depth that feels right to you. Keep your eyes focused on something, should help you keep them following. I'm looking at this little mark on my floor. Maybe one of the dogs did it. I probably did it. I want to blame everything on them. Ooh. 15 more seconds. One more rep should do it. Oh, excellent. So your next upper body exercise are going to be for the triceps. A push-up on the wall, hands really close to each other, maybe 1 hand space apart. Then you're up on your toes. And the hands are about eye level height. Your elbows will touch the wall, rest for a beat, and then push back. All right? 1 minute. If it's too easy, walk back a little bit. If it's too hard, walk forward. You can always make it easier. You can't wait to get to the end and then say, oh, I should have made it harder, right? And if this bugs your wrist, make a fist. That's 30 seconds, a little over 30. Think of pushing back with your upper back first, not the butt, but with your neck and upper back. Woo! 2 more should do it. Now I'm feeling it. Oh, 1 more. Oh! All right, before we go to our core, we're going to do the other leg, one-legged squat. So we don't forget which leg. I did this side, I'm going to do this side. Here we go. Down, 2, 3, 4, and slowly back up. And again. Down, 2, 3, 4, and slowly back up. And again. Ooh. What was this leg doing? I must have been doing must have been doing one-legged squats in my sleep. Oh my goodness. About 20 more seconds. Do 1 more rep. Can you do 1 more rep? Join me. Oh. All right. You're on your back. You're on your belly for a low back exercise. On this one, my arms are out. My legs are relaxed. I'm going to come up and squeeze and release, and then come down. You ready? Here we go. So up, squeeze, release, and down. Up, squeeze. I try to keep the squeeze out of my neck. So I'm kind of squeezing backwards. So up, squeeze, release, and down. Up, squeeze, release. Like I'm doing a pull down. If I want to add more challenge, I'm going to add a leg. Up, squeeze, release. Then the other leg. Up, squeeze, release, and down. Up, squeeze. Try to exhale. And again. Up, squeeze, release. Up, squeeze. Last one. Sit back and stretch. Upper body exercise. One more tricep. So if you got some tubes on a high anchor, you can do a press down. All right, 1 minute of a press down. If you have weights, you're gonna do tricep kickbacks. I'll do the kickbacks with you for 1 minute. So you hinge forward, butt is out, neck is long, elbows are high. Kickback starting now. So kick, and not all the way back in. I want to take advantage of gravity. So I'm not going to bring it all the way in. I want to constantly have my tricep do a little bit of work. When I bring it back in, they're totally at rest. I don't want that. The halfway point, I'll switch to the press down with the tube. But at the top, I want you to make a muscle right there. And again, press. So you keep going if you've got the weights. I'm going to grab that tube for press down. Ooh, you gotta make that easier now. Down. Still make a muscle at the bottom with this tube, right there. Make a muscle. 13 more seconds. Let's say 15. That's 2 more reps. 1 more rep. Excellent. All right, now you're gonna do an air squat. You're gonna find that squat you want. I'm gonna do a wide one. Go as low as I can, and I'm gonna hold it for 1 minute. I wanna feel like I'm in the narrowest of hallways, going sideways. You ready? Hold it. Whew, I can already feel my quads shaking. So when I do this, I put some work into my low back. I want to keep that from happening. It's 15 seconds. That probably wasn't a very nice thing to tell you right then. That was only 15 seconds. What I'm also going to do is think of opening my legs wider, and I feel that in my glute, because that's what makes me open my legs wider. So I'm working my glute a little bit harder when I try to open the legs out more. That's over 30 seconds. $15 more. Ooh. Ooh, you're near the end. 5 more seconds. And come on up. Oh. Bicep curls. So you know what to do with the weights. This is a palm up. I'm going to do them with my tubes. And I'm going to double it up so I have 2 different ones in each hand. But you know how to do a bicep. Elbows by your body. So you're going to come up and down. Up and down. Up, down. In my next set, if you have 2 tubes, I'm going to show you another way to make it even more effective. Good. Stay real tall. Try not to let this all crunch in. Be real tall. Open up that chest. Again, I like a split stance here. Just leaves my low back out of it. I don't have to think about, ooh. Keep going. Ooh, I can feel that. 15 more seconds. Keep going. One more rep should do it. All right. Your last leg exercise is going to be a squat, knee, and pause. Squat, knee, and pause. You ready? Go. Squat, knee, and pause. Squat, knee, and pause. If you're not doing it at the same tempo with me, that's all right. Do it with the tempo that you can manage. But I'm going to have to balance for one moment, coming out of a dynamic movement. So put my brakes on. I'm going to add this extra squeeze in the glute of the leg that's standing. I'm going to squeeze. And I'm going to squeeze. You don't have to hit your own fanny, but it might help. But maybe you deserve to have a spanking. I won't say anything about that. That's 30 seconds. And then we're going to do one more bicep, one more core, and then we switch. Almost there. One more each way should do it. Oh. And there you go. So, another set of biceps. If you're using dumbbells, make this a hammer grip. If you have two tubes, I want you to step on one and anchor the other one. What happened there? There we go. And I'm going to get resistance from two different places here. So I'm going to feel it coming up and then coming in. So when I start to do this, the one on the under my foot gets easy, but then the one attached to that anchor in front of me makes it harder. So I get a more thorough, consistent amount of resistance when I anchor in two different places with this one. As you can tell, I love tubes. I spend a lot of time using them and thinking about how to make them as effective as possible. They're so portable. You can take them anywhere. You can take them outside if you want to go work outside. You just got to find places to anchor it. So that's why I use that old tie as an example. Got 30 more seconds of this. I'm going to try to hold it like a hammer. It's a little awkward with the tube though. But when I do a hammer grip, I work another muscle in there. And I don't want to get into all the different muscle names, but let's just call them bicep 1 and bicep 2. All right? But the word bicep means two. But that's really the two heads. Let's forget it. Let's not go there. About 2 more reps to do it. 1 more rep. There you go. Great. All right, we're going to go on the ground and do our core exercise, and then we're going to stretch. Don't leave, because this is the best plank of all. Your elbows are under your shoulders, but now you're going to walk back so that the elbows are no longer under your shoulders. Then you're going to go up in a plank, and you're going to do what's called a sliding plank, where you slide forward on the toe, and you slowly slide backwards to that original position. So it makes your abdominals need to get off the edge of that mat. All right, so I'm going to go backwards and forwards, the sliding plank for 1 minute. So backwards, slowly forward. It's not a fast one. Speed is not your friend on this one, unless it's a slow speed. So when I go back, I really feel my abdominals kicking in to support my body. They're tightened when I go back. They get a little rest when I go forward. That's 30 seconds. If you want to do a regular plank, feel free. Remember, in a plank, you've always got a neck. You never close off the neck. We're almost done. 20 more seconds. Ten more seconds. Come on. 2 more slides. 1 more slide. And back. And knees. And sit back and stretch. All right. So let's do some good stretching down here on the ground first. Let's get into a pigeon pose. You're going to go into a high plank, Draw one knee in and underneath you, and then and then rest onto your elbows. So you should feel it in this buttock right here. To intensify the stretch, I'm going to send my sternum forward a little bit. I move maybe like an inch forward that way, and I deepen that stretch. Then I'm going to roll onto that buttock, come up into this stretch. Stretching out this oblique. Now I'm going to go back into my high plank, draw the other knee in, sit on it, rest on my elbows, and send my sternum forward. Again, not dropping the head. Want to be able to maintain a nice even breath. Going to roll into that buttock, draw this knee under me, stretch the other oblique. All right, come on down to your hands and knees for some cats and cows. And then come up on one knee, just one knee. And then take that foot forward a little bit. I want you to lean back, but I want you to be able to use this leg to help you lean back. You're going to open up the chest, stretch out the chest, open up the neck without throwing it back there. Keeping the head still, not looking up at the ceiling. Then I'm going to let the arms come even further back behind me. Feel that stretch in the chest and release it. I'm going to also do the same thing the other side. I'm getting a little bit of a stretch in this hip flexor and as well as stretching out my chest. Again, not throwing the head back, not putting any wrinkles on the back of the neck, but opening up my chest and shoulders. All right. Then let's go into a downward facing dog to stretch out the hamstrings and the calves. And then just gently walk your hands back, keeping your knees bent. Just dangle there for a moment. Let your neck relax. And then slowly roll it up. Take your time. Let the head be the last thing coming up. Stretch out your triceps. And the other tricep. And then your quadricep. Feel free to hold on to anything if you need to for balance. I hope your legs are a little wobbly. And then the other side. Two more stretches. Let's do your upper back and take an arm across and pull it. And then the other side. Oh, that feels good. You did a lot of back exercises, so I hope your back feels it tomorrow in a good way. And then let's do our neck. And the other side. And then the back of the neck, just gently pressing down, chin towards the chest. And release it. A couple of shoulder rolls backwards, open things back up. Deep breath up, because it's a nice way to finish the class. Another deep breath. Exhale. And there you go, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good workout. Hope you sweated. Hope you burned a lot of calories. Hope you got some ideas that you could do on your own too, on whenever you don't want to do a whole 56-minute workout. All right, so I'll see you on Wednesday night, I hope, for cardio flex and stretch. Did you do the jump rope last time? You know it's still there if you want to give it a try. It's still jumping. I felt that in my calves until Sunday, yesterday. That was the first day I felt like, I wasn't jumping like a bean. All right, thank you so much. Take care of yourself. I hope you're well, and I hope those around you are well too. Bye-bye.